All right, time to get this show on the road, the Pick Five show. Thanks to everyone who's joined in already. Hopefully, getting those tickets in. I'm DeRosa here with you, shortly to be joined by Mark Midland as the horses take the track for race 5, leg 1 of this huge Pick 5 today at Turfway Park. $104,000 carryover, and my face is in. Well, that didn't help. Was trying to see what the pool total is. I guess I can switch over to the 308,000. That's new money. I'd be shocked if that doesn't double, maybe even triple. I thought we had a shot at $1 million pool. Not sure we'll get there based on that, but we do still have 5 minutes to post. And as always at Turfway, I hate to lack the cajones, but I mean, this is the one track when you're playing wagers like this, like you're in a survive and advance mode. Now, if we take a look at my grid, which I think that's it there, I am actually pretty narrow. So this is a rare chance. I am going to give myself a chance to hit it multiple times because so narrow in the A column that should catch lightning, so to speak. Definitely don't want to be left. I don't want my best case scenario if I'm all A's to be some, needing a long shot at the end. I need to make it count if, for whatever reason, I was really dead on. So being narrow helps. Certainly the B column's a little thicker. So we'll see if we zig and zag and catch a 20 or 30 to 1 along the way. It only takes one at Turfway. So looking forward to seeing how it plays out. But I'm deepest in this leg in terms of the A's, like the way I structured the tickets. Like this is the race where I'm using the most, at least on the main ticket. And then should I get through here with the A column, we'll have some options later. But Mark Midland is here, and I'm not sure if he's in.
I think I joined.
Oh, I just knocked you out. There you go. What's going on?
Not too much. Some good sequence, interesting sequence. So exciting times. Nice little carryover, big carryover.
Yeah, huge. We're blocking the pool total, but I've snuck a peek here or there. They're up to 343. I thought they'd hit $1 million. I mean, Tampa got 800,000 on a $84,000 carryover. Now, not to get into politics or anything, but I do think they may be a little friendlier with the CRW than perhaps CDI on Turfway is. But nevertheless, I have to think this hits $750,000.
Yeah. I missed your segment, but do you have any singles in the Pick 5?
I mean, I do in the sense that, like, kind of zigging, zagging around. I don't have a stone cold single anywhere. There is not one leg where it's like, I'm pinning all my hopes and dreams. I would say I am leaned heaviest on the 3 in the nightcap.
Okay.
So that's, definitely want to give myself, I guess, the best chance to hook some prices and be live to that one. But I kind of took the approach of, I mean, I didn't caveman all my picks, but I was just looking at, okay, what prices do I like that, I want them on, 2 or 3 of the tickets type of thing.
Right. Can I switch and share my ticket?
Please.
Let's see. I have there's probably a more sophisticated way to do this, but
yeah.
Got it in my capture window.
And while you're looking at that, I will say for those, and if anyone has any thoughts, please put them in the chat. Based on the first 4 races, unlike the last 2 days where it was pretty obvious the way the track is playing, I kind of thought of, if you had the horse, you could be anywhere based on the first 4. And I also say there might be some weather coming, so that could change anyway. So I didn't really use anything from the early portion to monkey around with anything late.
Yeah, that's my screen capture tool there. But I did single the 5 and the 7th, and to lean down the 4 in race 6.
The 5 and the 7th, I would have said is my second lone 8 lean, and then the 4 and the 6 is my third. So on one hand, it's like, oh shoot, we're on the same horses, but I just think there's so many different directions you can go in each race. Like, I mean, allow yourself to be right once, but it's going to be tough to go. In my case, 3 for 3. In your case, even 2 for 2 is tough at Turfway.
No, for sure. It's Turfway.
Right.
For sure.
Jay Smith asking about the 12 here, which, I mean, I totally get is the favorite. I agree, most likely winner, but I have the 1 and 10 in equal strength, so I guess I'm cheering for one of those.
I thought this 2 looked pretty good off of the slow start last time, but I mean, just as a,
I never thought we were getting 8 to 1, but 4 still seems a little light to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's light for sure. It's it's also a decent amount of action, but there we go.
We're off. Better turn this off.
All right. Well, good luck, everybody. And our Pick 5 experience underway with pool of 393.
That's it? Yikes.
That's it? What were you expecting? More?
Well, I mean, Tampa did 10x today, so
yeah.
I mean, at least 5. Jay Smith asked about geldings. I don't know what you've seen, Mark. I know you look at a lot of different data, just like I do. Certainly, is a Ragozin devotee. I will say that I've definitely noticed, like, when that notation is in the sheets, more often than not, they do move forward. I find that the time after is the time, though. Like 2, 3, 4 starts after the nuts are off, doesn't matter. But I'll maybe move them up a little bit first off the chop.
Have you ever? Well, we should talk about it after the race. Let's see.
I guess so. 6 on the engine here, Lonesome. Closing the gap already, though. Have to think he's going to get caught.
I was tempted about that 6, but all right. So we got the 5 coming. 5 and 10 are coming. 5 and 12 are coming.
Yeah, 10's mine. The 12, it doesn't look like he's making up any ground. It looks like 12 got the
surviving around a prayer on the inside. A lot of these inside runners have.
Wow. Yeah.
There he goes.
Rail pass.
In the weather too.
Well, and the 12 hardly was running straight, so.
Yeah. So 10 to 1, I have it 10 to 1 on my screen, and then I guess if I refresh, the winner went down to 5 to 1. Is that right?
Oof. Yeah, they're really, man, look at 5 to 2 on the 12. And then 2 horses were 4 to 1, 3 horses were 5 to 1, and then a big gap. I will say the 4 was the 6th choice in the pick 3.
Yeah.
As well as the double into this race. So I don't know what those win odds actually mean for how the pick 5 was bet versus some of the imputed. It's probably tough to say, but
yeah. Thought about that 4, but went in a different direction. I'm trying to think. He had some good works, but yeah, just clearly hadn't put it all together by any means. That 2-year-old maiden race, it was a maiden auction at Churchill, but sort of a better field, but 4th by 20, and that was probably his best start. Certainly didn't put him distantly out of it here, but that's a good have if you've got him.
Pretty thin, admittedly, but not out.
Okay,
right.
Good. I'm out, so that makes it easy. You're surviving on a prayer, is what you're saying?
Yeah, probably 90% of my tickets are toast.
It's all right.
85.
I mean, I think the next two could go very chalky.
Right.
And who did you have in the last two again?
I mean, the heaviest lean in the race 9.
Yeah.
And then race 8, 10, kind of an A minus, and then 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 is a B plus type of thing.
Yeah. And then what else? What were your like longer prices in race 9? I just thought the race 9 did have some potential to blow up a little.
Let's see. I just have my notebook with the numbers, so let me pull up race 9.
And then we got this weather, right? Is it snow or is it rain? Because if it's like rain and sleet,
Kind of a mix, yeah.
it could speed the
It's
track
getting
up.
colder, but so race 9, I thought Turnbuckle had a really good sheet, and if there was anything else that had jumped out, I probably wouldn't have been as bullish on singling the 3 because Turnbuckle's numbers are right there now. He's 0 for 21, so that's kind of another thing. But I mean, he is dropping to the lowest level, and that number last out, which was turf to synthetic, I thought was an improvement. But between the 2% trainer, although being gun shy about low percentage connections cost me at Tampa.
Yeah.
But I mean, this group's so bad. Like, you're getting 7 pounds. I mean, Brooke rode last time and wasn't competitive, but it was 50,000, showed some life late. Number came back okay. So I'd say that's kind of a price I was a little excited about if I can get to.
Okay. 0 for 21 jockey, but I guess you and your fishing around at bombs, you got to take what you can get, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, one of those like, the number, like, I mean, the rag is in. This horse ran last out. If he repeats, it wins this race if the 3 doesn't fire.
Okay.
So, knowing that, I mean, 12 to 1 on the line, but this horse is going to be 20 to 1. So,
well, I mean, the nice thing about 0 for 21 is this horse is not 0 for 21 on synthetic. He's more like 0 for 6.
That's true.
7. So
against a lot better. I mean, this is a legitimate drop in class, and I don't know a ton about. I mean, the trainers only started 4 horses, but I mean, my read is they don't want to lose the horse, so that's why they just haven't dropped down. And I'm sure the barn doesn't need much to keep going. I mean, this horse probably earned its keep last year, 13,000 in earnings. So,
all right. I got the one price I liked in there was the 12. And I mean, I'll just ask you too, like, what do you make of these, vet scratches November 20th, so 2 months ago? But coming in back roughly the same level with some, couple good works in there.
I mean, that the vet scratch side, I would say, clearly there's an issue because debuted in December, was off for 9.5 months. So it kind of makes it's believable that something's amiss. But yeah, for this level, you just want to be in the gate and ready to go. So
right,
I could see taking
a shot.
I mean,
you wouldn't be turned off by the vet scratch at 15.
No, I'm not. I definitely give, and I'm not saying it hasn't bitten me and maybe shouldn't have, but I give the benefit of the doubt that the trainer is going to run a horse when ready. Now, if the vet scratches and there's an issue, I'm not saying that shouldn't happen, and thankful that we're keeping horses' safety in mind. But if they're in the gate, I play them as if the form is the form.
Right. Okay. Because I like that last race. It was off slow. There wasn't really much pace in that Hawthorne race, and it seemed like it closed decently to get a decent number. So the thought was, if it breaks better, although it's broke slow twice, so maybe that's just the deal, right? I had one other angle for you.
On the 12?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 angles on a bomb.
Yeah.
All right, hit me.
So it says the vet scratch was November 20th at Churchill Downs, which means there's a race. And so my PPs didn't say what the race was. I don't know if yours do. But I know one little hack
Thorough
I noticed
Manager
is
does.
what
If you want
does?
me to look. Thorough Manager.
No, I don't need you to look because I
Okay.
one hack I noticed is in my ADWs, or most ADWs, if you look for the replay on a horse like that, it'll have the scratched race in the replays. And the November 20th race at Churchill Downs, race 7, was actually a 120K straight maiden.
Wow.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. So that was my reaction. Is that a wow, or is it just like it? Now it was a 1 1/8, but his best race was routing. He's routing today. Nobody's gonna seemingly claim this horse today, so maybe they're just taking a shot. But I just thought that was interesting. Obviously, I expected to see maiden, 20K, not $120,000 straight maidens open.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess I'll just start that one off. Like, how do you value that? I guess I would value that a little bit based on the trainer. Meaning I would take less of it if it was a trainer with lesser win stats. Seeing now that, I mean, I'm not really familiar with this trainer, Michael or Mikel Duali. I don't even know how to say it.
Wahi?
But it's
Duahi?
says 20% win the last year, 26% at Turfway. So I like that.
He had 2 wins last month, not both with the same horse. Shanker lost by a nose yesterday, so
that horse killed me yesterday. Lost by a nostril.
Yep.
Got up and lost the head bob. I needed that one for the Kelly Danner pick 3, right? That was in the middle of the Gnome and the Kelly Danner Kelsey Danner. Firster won the last, and the Gnome for Kelsey Danner won the 7th. That was race 8 yesterday. All right. Well, I did not have the 4, but I had the next 5. Does that count?
It should.
That was only 5.
Powerball, I guess it counts.
Something like that.
Ryan Shadow. Nah,
I mean, stranger things that happened. I mean,
if I'm live to that point, you've talked me into a hedge.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean the 3s numbers look good. Yeah, can't argue on the 3, and I get what you're saying about the 9 for sure. Terribly wide trip last time, which is why you've got the really big sheet number or low sheet number.
Good sheet number.
Yeah, look at that wintry mix coming through.
It's mixing. They gotta get through 3 of these.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll root for a cancel if I'm out after the second.
If you're like 4 for 4 and it's like looking like a great payoff, you're like, gotta call up Turfway and tell them, like, look, we need to get this one in.
Well, if I'm 4 for 4 and they cancel, I'd hit it.
That's true. It sort of doesn't it? Don't these things depend on the track and the rules? Like when it's like 2 legs in out of 5, like is that a go? Is it not a go? I guess some states have rules and others
Kentucky's
don't.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem though like some states have rules and some don't, and it's
I mean, they all have a rule. It's just a matter of it's how many races.
Yeah. That looks like some serious flurries. Yeah. Well, that looks like pretty good snow, but because that's going sideways, right? We need a telestrator, like sideways. Sideways has got to be snow if it's coming down.
Well,
it's got to be
4 overwhelming choice in the pick 3 will pays, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you could single these two if you want to get cute. You could single this 4 to the 5 and the next. So like if you want to take a big $5 pick 3 or pick 4, you could start it off with single. I'm not saying that's the best betting opportunity of all time. I'm just saying like you could get
Right. No, I get it. Yeah. Let's see who. Man, the other two I sort of liked in here, the 1 and 5, and they're both decent prices. Although I should say decent currently. Pick 3 wise, it's pretty flat after the 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it like the one if the double will pays on the screen now, it's lower than the 2. Look at the difference in the win price. One's lower in the pick 3 as well. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean that's going to change.
This board is going to change a lot.
My concern about the 1, I mean, they're all coming out of this common race, right? Or a few of them are. 4 of them are. And so the 4 goes blazing. And I kind of feel like that Dismiss was sitting in 3rd, so basically took some of the brunt of the pace and still hung on for 3rd, where the other 2 were sort of like closers that they got the pace set up and then they didn't really impact the race. So I kind of feel like I took the opinion of the 6 covers the 1 and the 6 covers the 3. So I was going to take the 4 to win, and then if somehow like the 7 or somebody burned out the 4 or the 4 just bounces off that big win, then I was going to use the 6 would be my second choice.
And I will note, our friends at Twin Spires, this is a bet back race, so if you want to play it safe, the 4 hits the board, you get your bet back, and maybe you double your money if he wins, or you can go for a bigger price and the safety net of even if you don't catch the chalk, if you hit the board, you get your bet back. So,
all right, I'm doing right now. What's my?
I've crunched a lot of numbers on the bet back promos just because most ADWs offer it in some form throughout the year, and I've definitely found like unless you're just totally hit the favorite, like even if you think, oh, this horse should be 6 to 5 and they're 4 to 5, the bet back, you're better off just going with the higher likelihood.
Okay.
But sometimes if like you hate the favorite, then it's also decent insurance to go for a price. But in my case here, I'm just going to put it on Rose Ruler.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. What's the limit on the bet back here?
So I believe like if you don't play on Twin Spires a bunch, it's $10.
Yeah, mine's $10.
Mine's 25.
Whoa, look at you.
Yeah, I think with the tournament play, I think they definitely try to incentivize that. So,
all right. So, yeah. They're estimating my win payout, which is nice. All right, I'm down.
Yeah, that's a new thing I've noticed a few ADWs have done.
Now, if I do a bet share on my win bet and send it to you to share it, do I still get credit for the 10?
Nope.
No.
Nah, baby, nah.
Can't leech off of somebody else's. No. Can't stack the promotions, right?
But yeah, basically. Kind of like Powerball. If you hit the jackpot, you don't get paid for the 4 of 6 either.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So time to keep it rolling for you, and I need to figure out a pick 4 strategy here.
Wouldn't mind keeping it rolling. Bickey's out. He needs to figure out his pick 4 strategy too.
And we're blocking it, but there's already 90,000 in the pick 4, so I think that That's an indication of a few people were knocked out.
Yeah, knocked out, or I don't know. They think it was too tough.
I don't know.
Asleep at the wheel. They think, oh, 10 races starts race 6.
No, I think it's just going to be a big pool.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of looking if there's a pick 4 that would. I have enough alive where I'm like, I feel like my strong opinion's covered. So.
All right, that's a good spot to be in, and that was
I'll stand pat.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll stand pat. Yeah, it's coming down pretty good there.
Yeah. At least camera wise, some good flakes.
I would say that the jockeys will make a decision after this one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't mean a decision not to race, but I think they'll be thinking about it. Like,
yeah, that's the old racetrack legend.
What's the distance here?
What's that?
What's the distance?
This is 6 furlongs. Here we go. There's the sprint.
Yeah. Which I mean, when I pulled this, I was like, kind of odd because with the last 2 days, like this was meaningless halfway through the card because Wednesday it was from the back. Yesterday it was on the lead.
Yeah.
But I will say overall, like I feel like the track's played pretty fair. I mean, there's definitely days it's been one way or the other, but I mean, maybe based on that last one inside was preferable, but that 12 was kind of running sideways. So
yeah,
he may have been gone if he was able to come off the turn and run straight.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Wednesday was kind of off the pace, and yesterday was a little bit more forward. Seems like today's a little bit more closer to the pace. Although a couple of those have been pretty good favorites. Maybe Stalkers.
Yeah, I would say from what I've seen through 5, I wouldn't want to be buried.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm intrigued by this board. I mean, the one is still not taking any money, and definitely, I mean, clear second choice in the multis.
The one?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know if we'll see what transpires as we get closer to the gate.
But. Yeah, but I mean, I see what you're saying, but yeah, in the pick 3 more, the doubles are all pretty flat after like you said, after the 4. But yeah, I mean, it's favored in the pick 3. Second choice, clearly. I mean, the one 0 for 9 only been on the synthetic twice. Feels like he's lost a lot more than some of these.
Right. I mean, I didn't think he was. Well, I'll tell you what definitely made me include him even at the 4-1 morning line. Backed up, like not a great alternative to the chalk, but man, it's hard not to use Walter on horses fit.
Yeah,
like I'll let him beat me on some horse I don't like. If he ends up making that big of a difference, tip my cap and move on. But when he's on a horse that fits, he's just having the type of meat. He's hard to ignore.
Yeah, that's true. And I think one thing that's interesting about this race is the 7 showed a heck of a lot of speed last time. It was a turf sprint, but the 7 does have the potential to run with this 4, and I think that's what it's going to take to kind of open the race up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the workouts say they want to use that speed.
Yeah.
Speaking of potentially ouchy horses, I don't know if there's been any vet scratches, but yeah, debut in February, 15 months off, and now was it 8 months to this? So
Yeah.
but
No, for sure. I wasn't
no, there's
recommending.
speed there.
Yeah, I wasn't really recommending the 7 as much as like, if it can hang with the 4 for 4 furlongs, that's probably going to be enough to weaken the 4 and open the race up to some of these others.
Right.
I guess the 6 could show more speed. And then, yeah. Have you noticed? So the Canadian riders, so Zero Ford, he's doing all right. He's got 3 wins, but Pietro Moran is 0 for 41. That's last week.
Not good.
No, and he had a great Woodbine meet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, certainly the Colony at Turfway solid, but I wouldn't say it's better than Woodbine. Like, that's not why he's over.
Yeah, or similar, or whatever, right?
I believe it's another rider from Woodbine who hasn't had a great start to the year either. The guy that's I think he's at Aqueduct. He rides for Cassie. Taheen?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those, like the waiting for it to start, and the more you look at the race, like for me, what did I ever see to think Rose Ruler doesn't win this? But like you said, it's a wild card to his outside with Stormtown.
Yeah, I mean, very impressive first race for Rose Ruler, but there's some good horses in here. Like, there are horses that should be close behind to pick up the pieces if they're they get a chance to.
Right. And one thing, probably easier than ever with the help of some AI tools, but I've long wanted to look at efficacy of first time out odds and then next out. And John's a trainer that can take money. I mean, you need to see who else was in the race, but I mean, the fact that this horse was 20-1, that's somewhat dismissed, I would say.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice.
He definitely outran his odds.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but for sure.
No, one thing somewhat related, and I think I've mentioned this to you before. Horses who have never been favored in the Derby, I don't think they've won as far back as I was able to look.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting stat.
And it wasn't, I mean, typically those horses, like it's pretty rare. So on one hand, the sample size isn't great, but on the other, to me, it's kind of enough of a novelty to raise an eyebrow.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, those are fun stats too.
Yeah, at the start of the week, so I don't know what's happened since, but yeah, he was 0 for the first 2 weeks. So two Woodbine riders not making their mark. But I mean, I think it's a matter of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe Matt says that's an indication people are knocked out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Turfway, as we know, is like one of the toughest tracks to ride, right? So, yeah, there's. I mean, you've got to be in the right spot. That's part of racing, right? And in tracks are different. 1 turn, 2 turns, turf, synth, dirt. So that's certainly part of it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with turf, I mean, people could say that the Tapeta is its own wild card, but I mean, you're dealing with horses who are maybe on a surface change, so that just how they handle it is its own variable.
Yeah.
And I mean, full fields, like other than Kentucky Downs, what other track? Oaklawn, I guess, to an extent.
Right.
But I mean, the fact that every race, the first 2 months of the season, you're, having to plan to be against 10, 11 other horses, that's a huge difference in dynamics.
Yeah, and then
especially from Woodbine.
One sort of like handicapping tip I would say for people, if you haven't noticed, is I think inexperienced riders, it's easier to ride on the lead. And, maybe a track like Turfway in this case might be, not exactly where you want to be, so to speak. So you could dominate another track on the lead is what I'm saying. And then you come here and, although, the track's been front, but, more than previous years, but like that's a factor as well. Winning races on the lead, that fits the track profile at certain tracks, especially in sprints. Doesn't mean somebody's a bad jockey, but that skill might not transfer. And, I think a lot of times if you're talking about a bug or, a newer jockey, that's it's a different skill to, go to a 12-horse turf field at Churchill Downs or Keeneland or Kentucky Downs or Saratoga and sit mid-pack and know where to sit and when to move. That's a completely different skill set than gunning to the lead on the dirt. So,
yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, how's Rose Ruler looking?
Confident. We'll see if the outside move works today. But jockey definitely was in no hurry to get any position besides out of trouble. But I think he's going to get beat by the rail again. Actually, he's not even going to get second. So yeah, that outside bold move is not working.
All right, there you go. I was when we flipped the video off, I missed the start of it. Did the 4 clear? He cleared for a while and.
No, he never was on the front.
All right.
Which he sort of let him go, which I would say maybe was the right move because no one in front of him. I mean, he didn't even get third though. That outside move is I mean, for the last 2 races, is definitely dulled the finish. 6-1.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I did not have the 5 anywhere. Are you alive?
I am alive.
All right. Keep it going.
2 by 6 by 1.
All right. That's single to the 3.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, what's the double there? That's a 74-1, 73-1 double. So that has really knocked a lot of people out. Gabe Saez, and he won one earlier tonight too, I think.
Yeah, he's having a good meet.
Yeah, he won the Antimo in race 4.
This is going into today, but win-wise and percentage-wise, kind of with the rest once you get past Walter and Juan, but 35% impact on those 11 wins. So he's making the most of his opportunities. He was definitely, I forget if it was in the spring, which, I mean, the waters are deep, obviously, with Keeneland and Churchill, but he was struggling to get mounts, period, let alone live
Right.
mounts. So
No, he's a good
good
rider, and
to,
what he was based at
yeah.
Presque Isle, right? One of the top riders there for a long time.
Was he up
I think
there?
so.
I forget. I mean, he used to be Larry Jones's guy, so Delaware for sure,
Okay.
way back. But yeah, he's won the Oaks.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, he's having making the most of some opportunities. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and then on the trainer side, I think we somewhat discussed last week with Eric, having a great meet. Kelsey,
Yeah.
great numbers for her.
So these are the ones that are doing
Oh.
great. We just need to find them before the race.
Yeah, yeah, they're coming in live, but you can't win them all.
Right.
So you got to find the ones where they are gonna.
Yeah. Matt said he had to try as well with the 8 1/3. That's not bad. Wow. $190 for 50 cents. That'll work.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and the dollar exact only paid 30, so that's a great try. Yara Marie is definitely try to use the 8, but she's definitely a jockey. I perk up on a price if I like the horse anyway, and then see her name.
Yeah. Great rider.
I don't hate it.
For sure. What let's talk want to talk Pegasus for a minute? Or Lecomte?
Yeah, sure.
Which one? Do you got graphics for us?
I think I have both.
All right.
I definitely have the Lecomte.
Lecomte.
I have the Derby Future Wager.
Well, you choose. You got the graphics.
We'll go Pegasus.
Okay.
So final nominate or invites came out. Few defections, few additions. Doc Sullivan on the AE. So I did fair odds when the initial invitees were released, and I really like Goal Oriented's Malibu, and was excited to play him in the Pegasus. Is not the favorite. He's out, but I had Disco Time as my second choice then, and at the time, based on European markets, and I don't know what kind of money they had handled or what, but in early January, Tappan Street was the favorite. And then when I looked again to write about this and get a sense of the odds and HRN, we used RAI to come up with projected odds as well. Lo and behold, Disco Time is the projected favorite. So not really sure what that'll mean come next week for my wagering, but I do think he's the horse to beat here, and definitely prefer him to the stablemate, who I just don't think is fast enough and is going to get overbet off the whole last horse to beat Sovereignty angle.
Is that an angle or just?
Well, not angle, but it'll get talked up. He won the Florida Derby, track and distance, Cox. There's plenty of reasons he's going to take money. Yeah. I just think it'll be too much money. The comeback was fine. It was a decent race. One he can definitely move forward off of, but the baseline he set for himself, if he moves forward to his best, that's definitely not good enough to win this race. So you have to play him to also just kind of break through with a lifetime best. That's capable of that, but at the price, I just have to let Tappan Street beat me. Now, Disco Time, on the other hand, the time off did him wonders. I'm going to look back. I think he's the type of horse I might look back and say, I can't believe I bet against him in the St. Louis Derby of all races. Because I think he's the horse to beat here. So I have him at 9-2 now. I expect those fair odds to decrease once we know the field and post, as long as he's not in the 12. But he's the horse to beat in my mind.
Yeah, undefeated. He's going to take a lot of action.
Right. No, he hasn't faced older yet, so maybe that's enough of a question mark to help a little. But I don't
Well, and
know, I've
then
seen some people down on this race, and I mean, I don't know what you're expecting. I guess you could
right,
say, well, for 3 million, where's sovereignty? And okay, that's fine. Like,
right,
but he was never making this race after he missed the Breeders' Cup. Probably wasn't making it anyway. So I mean, to me, a competitive 12-horse field, like
yeah,
that's what you want.
yeah. No, it's a great race, and the other thing too, we always get at Gulfstream is mile and eighth there. It's those outside posts are tough, and you can't shut the door on them, but I noticed your fair odds are a lot lower on the inside, especially on the 3, 4, 5, 6, and so I think there's some opportunity there.
Well, it's just an alphabet. Well, I don't. It was an alphabetical
Oh, right.
order. Oh,
So
it might be an
I'm
invite
thinking
order now.
posts. That's the
Yeah,
problem
no,
with numbers. Is you think it's post. Of
we
course,
don't
it's
know.
not
Oh, I
going.
know what happened when horses came out. I just replaced them.
Yeah,
I needed to reorder it
got it.
alphabetically, but yeah,
Yeah, no, that was my
typos.
bad. I, I was thinking, oh, yeah, that race isn't drawn yet. But that is something, obviously, yeah, it can change a lot with posts. And then I think you do want to really be inside there. And I mean, horses have one from the outside, but you need the right trip from, like post 9 and out. But yeah, should be a great race.
No, I'm
What do you
looking forward to
got
it.
for us on the Lecomte?
Oh man, I
Digging
got
deep,
another heavy lean in the Lecomte.
another Cox.
No, Walsh, B-Dub. Yeah, stop the car, which I think we'll get every bit of 4-1. Um, they may they have Crown the Buckeye as the morning line favorite. That's
Mhm.
I don't see that happening. I mean,
Right.
the horse lost on the square last out. I mean, I'd love to see an Ohio bred on the Derby Trail, but I don't know. It just seems like just isn't the right direction he's going in. So I would say I prefer Chip Honcho of the gun runner horses, but overall I'm fading both, or I guess all three. Quality Mischief was fourth in there. But I've seen a lot of chatter of others doing that as well. Nick Tamaro tweeted he's selling the gun runner. Read another piece when the race drew that had similar sentiment. So, who knows where the board will end up falling, but I think White Tiger is going to end up taking some money. I hate that he regressed so much in his second start. So I'll bet against him getting back to that debut at a shorter price than my fair odds. I just think Stop the Car is going in the right direction, and the numbers match up with everyone else, and he's going to be the highest price of the favorites.
Yeah. No, it's interesting that White Tiger stumbled at the start last time, but then was gunned to the lead, and yeah. But I see what you're saying, that he went back. His number went back last time.
Yeah, and back by quite a bit. I mean, I definitely sensitive. I mean, especially second time out, dynamics are different, and you're facing winners if you happen to have won first out or different field, whatever. But it was a significant regression, and that's fine. Like given the connections, he can get back to the maiden or to the career debut. But again, I mean, it's somewhat of similar talk as Tappan Street. Like even that isn't good enough. So not only do you have to get back to that, you have to break through it and stop the car. Just to use the shuddy term from Super Screener, the form cycle analysis. Just kind of, I'd rather take that one in better form.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's some interesting horses in here though, like coming out of the maiden race, Thunderbuck with the win, and then this O'Selly for DeWitt Beckman ran second in there. They kind of went slow or moderate early, and then slow in the middle, then came home fast. Seems like an interesting race. And then like I said, Chip Honcho won the gun runner. They did kind of tire late, so it wasn't like the most impressive. I like what you're saying about Stop the Car. He's definitely going in the right direction. I worry a little bit about some of those outside posts, though. But
right. Yeah, at least it's a mile and a 16th, so a bit of a run. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't be where I picked to be.
yeah. Cool. All right, where are we at here? 4 to 5. What a deal.
How about that lone wolf in the paddock?
Yeah, really. Looks a little chilly.
That's hardy.
Yeah. All right. Back to tonight's races. All right. So you're still alive. That's awesome. Who do you have here?
Yeah, something. 5-7.
All right.
Which the 5 would, no matter what, I'm down to the 3 in the last, but the 5 would give me more options in the next.
Okay. And how'd you do that? You just played several tickets with some different singles?
Right.
Yeah,
it was one of those, like a lot of $8 and $12 tickets. That's why I didn't have a ticket to show. It was
that makes sense. All right.
So we'll see. I mean, I'm trying to. Yeah, I mean, given I was just kind of BB to start, I don't really know how much more coverage I could have had. I mean, obviously, when I get to the last, if I get to the last, wish I would have, figured out a way to be live to more, but
yeah,
cross that bridge when we get there.
I was just wondering if the inside was good, because we've had some closers come up the inside, and we had the 4 in race 5, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's tough when there's not that many races, and like I said, like Wednesday, we had the wind, and it was a different track, so you can't really.
I mean, I will say that, if the board was right, so you're just kind of trusting bettors to be hip to the horses who were live, but both the 5th and 6th race, it was the favorite that made what looked like we're going to be winning moves, and maybe they weren't good enough. Who knows? But I mean, in both instances, it was the shorter price making, this bold move that looked to be a winning one. And then just stopped. I mean,
yeah.
In the last race, the horse didn't even hit the board. So yeah, I definitely, based on that, just kind of think if you cut the corner with momentum, I'd rather be inside than outside.
In the
this is a 6-horse field, so
in the 4th, the 6, Somewhere Blessed fit that bill as the favorite. Kind of made the 2 wide move. It was sort of the winning move, and then stopped, and then the 11 came by on the outside. I didn't see the 3rd. That was a 7-5 shot, and then I missed the 2nd and 3rd. I don't know if you saw those.
Yeah, the 2nd had a odds-on maker who I didn't love anyway, so I'm not. He never was really in it. So that was a 5-horse field.
Yeah,
so.
Right. In the 1st, I think the favorite won, but I want to say somebody else kind of made a winning move and then faded. But the 11 kind of made a move around the turn in the opener, and it kind of looked like he was in real good shape, and then got swallowed on a not really fast time either. So all right, so where does that leave us here?
I mean, he's not much of a price, which it's a short field, so I mean, but
the 7.
I thought Slang was a risk on the front end.
Yeah, to not stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. I thought long and hard about that one. I ended up taking him off the ticket, but
I would, and I think one of my stoppers is I don't love Omaha Beach on synthetic. So all weather debut and
yeah,
but
I'm with you. I got to try to get out pick 3 to my 12 in the last.
Yeah, that would get you
I
out.
can use your 9 because he's a price.
Yeah. Do that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I think I'd rather have the 5 here and have a chance at some prices in the next than beat the favorite here and be thinner.
And I thought the 8th race was kind of tricky. I mean, I thought the 9, 10 stood out a little bit, but the 5, 6, 7, 8 are kind of not very far behind. I think you mentioned the 4 as well. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, 4 is my. I'd say I like the 10 best, but I thought the 4. No disrespect. I picked her, or not picked her, but used her in some capacity in the last. But that's a pretty big jockey change on the 4.
Yeah.
So, which up in class stalls that a little maybe, but you're cutting back. Jockey change.
In that race, our AI line really liked the 9. But in fact, both of our lines have it at 3-2 and 7-5 on the fair.
Wow! All right.
And then the 10 was right behind it. So, I mean, coming from Woodbine, I don't know. I couldn't totally see that, but I kind of didn't want to argue against it either.
No, I mean, wouldn't surprise me. Would be happy to get through with them if I'm live.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do it. Get him through.
Actually, got some accumulation.
Oh yeah,
on the track.
There you go. Makes it feel like wintertime. Can all enjoy the fact that we're sitting inside in the warmth of our homes.
I'm drinking from my Brisnet vessel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those look like some cold individuals out there. Can you read those conditions to me there?
Is that mandated? I always wondered.
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean,
Matt, is that an exact? I guess 2-7. It's not snow unless you have to shovel it exactly. The good thing about Kentucky is I'm always like, it's gonna melt the next day. Then if it doesn't melt, I'm like, give it one more day, it'll melt.
Right.
All right.
Man, 4-5. They're sending it in on this one.
Yeah. That they are.
What's the coldest night you remember going to the races at Maywood?
I never made it to Maywood. I never made it to. I'm trying to think. Balmoral or Maywood up there. Just Hawthorne and Sportsman's and Arlington.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, that was you know, it's like the first time you go to a Hawthorne or back in the day or Sportsman's, and they're like, wait, there's 2 tracks here and they're back to back. Like, who thought of this? But, you know,
The
that's
mob.
Chicago racing for you. Is that's who came up with it? Thought it was a good idea.
I think so, yeah.
Or was Al Capone, was that his deal, Sportsman's?
Yep.
And that was like a 5/8 track or something like that. I mean, it was a lot of speed.
I think 7/8.
Maybe it was. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. It was a boring.
It made 5 at one time. They definitely like remember they did the auto
Yeah, that was
car
a
racing.
long
there?
time later. Yeah.
Do you remember when that was all the rage?
Yeah,
Like,
that was
horse racing needs to be like NASCAR.
very brief, but yes.
I mean, there were symposium panels about it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I remember going to Northfield with my grandfather in the winter and going out to the car and having to scrape or brush the snow off.
Yeah. Got to get to the track, right?
Oh yeah.
Or the OTB. Do you remember back in the day? I mean, when the OTBs were packed, and you know, like we used to go watch like the Derby preps at Arlington Trackside OTB, and it's like people are sitting in the stairwells, sitting on the stairs. I mean, this place was packed.
No, which to me was early 2000, so even later than probably that era for you. But when I moved to Lexington, like the Saturdays in late winter and spring, the Keeneland simulcast was the place to be. Like, all the lads from the farm were out there, you know, watching their any association, you know, is a big deal to the farms. If some stallion's kid or mare they own, you know, had some association. So yeah, that I definitely I mean, obviously ADW convenient and all the information besides just the betting, but the third space aspect of the racetrack being all but eliminated, I definitely miss.
The third space?
Yeah, that's a term some people use for, like, it's not home, it's not work, it's your third space.
Oh yeah, all right, I like that.
So coffee shops,
yeah,
you know, arcades,
yeah,
racetrack.
But
I do not think Hawthorne is going to make it. Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of challenges. Yeah.
Yeah,
they owe us like $20.
Yeah, I bet what they owe us means more to us than what they owe Churchill means to Churchill.
I don't know, maybe. But we like the Hawthorne guys. And
we do. And I mean, you know, Matt's a big tournament guy. As I'm sure others who are watching, like that invitational they did in the summer was a blast. Like, they were onto something there. It's a shame that might go by the wayside if the track does, because I thought they did a phenomenal job with that.
Yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can hang around a little longer. You never know, but definitely.
Well, and I mean, just the macro issue, like, I don't. The idea that, like, Boston and Detroit and, you know, maybe Chicago soon, the thought that these metro areas used to have tracks and now don't, like,
right,
that's a negative.
Oh yeah, it's not good for racing.
Not in the Captain Obvious way. Like, yeah, it's not great. Tracks are closing, but like major centers like that, it's not good.
No. I mean, that's people don't realize, like, that's where most, you know, everybody's got started somewhere. So,
yeah,
most people got started at a live racetrack somewhere with family or friends. So you start taking those away from the major metropolitan areas. Like I always say, we lost Arlington we lost, Chicago and Northern California and, Boston. And then we get, there's some replacements like, Indianapolis and Presque Isle, but those don't really, it's not a fair trade.
No.
So.
And, I get it why tracks are built in different areas, but, Churchill Downs it's in the city. And Keeneland, when it was built, was, I guess you would say got some chicanery on the 6.
Oh, yeah.
That would be an interesting scratch because that's a pace player.
Yeah, but then doesn't it make it even easier on the 5?
Oh, yeah. No, on one hand, my only complaint would be I'm absorbing 20% of the pool.
Right.
But, yeah, from a survive in advance.
You'd only have one complaint? That's light.
Well, about that. Yeah, I actually I like the racing in Oklahoma, Bradley. I wish they were a little more aggressive in marketing. I didn't know Will Rogers was opening until like an hour before. But I will say kudos to them. They adapted their schedule around Oaklawn to take advantage of this time off for Oaklawn, and they had great field sizes the first 2 days of racing.
Oh, that's why they're racing now. Yeah, I'm used to them starting in February.
Yeah, and they ran 17 races opening week, and I think 11 of them had at least 9 horses.
6 coming out?
Yeah, he threw the rider, which, that's not – I'm not saying that's an automatic scratch, but
right.
It looked like he was bucking pretty good around the rail.
So what's the fair odds on the 5 then? Is the 5 3-5 now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sad I never got to, Pinnacle, whatever, but I would have liked to have seen DRC. It sounded from the people who got to go, it sounded like it was a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be one I would have liked to go to. Or XR Bend, drove by it, but didn't make it there.
Yeah, there's no way I would have made it there. So I don't lament like, oh, I missed my chance. Like it was gone before I even could drive. But that's one of those, like when I look back or, watch old things on YouTube, like that just looked like an awesome scene. Basically like Oaklawn.
Yeah, like Fauner, getting some good crowds up. There's 3 to 5.
Yeah, Fauner does great. That's one I do hope to get to.
So who's favored in the doubles with the 5 then? Okay, the 10. 9 and the 10.
You know what you call that?
What? Slam?
The Woolworth.
The 5 and 9. 5 and 10. Like in Oh Brother, We're Out There. No,
never seen it.
What? That's a great movie. You gotta watch that.
That and No Country for Old Men are two that I really need to make a point to.
I have not seen that one, but yeah, I think my daughter watched Oh Brother, We're Out There, and she's like, "Oh, now I know why you and your mom keep saying all this stuff, like all the quotes." So my oldest she's 22, and so as she like sees things, she's like, "Oh, that's from that movie," and all the different sayings.
I went through that when I finally watched Sopranos.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh.
I haven't watched it. I need to do that. Now, do you guys watch Stranger Things at home, the kids?
I 3 I haven't. I'm not caught up.
Are the kids caught up?
No.
Oh, they're not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually more into it than them, I'd say. But
we kind of lost people along the way. I think all of us watched the first couple. And I think Kelly dropped out after that, and then I think one of my daughters dropped out after that, and then no, I'm the only one that's even talking about watching the last season.
I heard it's good, so that's kind of making me
Yeah, I heard it was really
pulled
good.
back in. I love the first 2 seasons. The third one, I made it through, but it definitely was like,
Right.
kind of stalled me on making it a point to get to 4.
Yep. I hear that. Well, all right. It's taking us a while to get to the post here. 3 to 5.
We're getting there though.
Getting there.
We might have to think about tonight we had the pick 5 to kind of jump into, but I've definitely last 3 times I've done this a spike for the late pick 3.
A spike in the pool size?
No, in our viewership.
Oh, okay. The pool's up to 70,000 after the scratch.
No one's surviving these first legs.
Someone is.
Yeah, hopefully I don't need to play the double.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully I don't need to play the double either.
Yeah, this 5, man. That 6 being out is pretty beneficial.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, you throw in connections that can be ready for the jump.
So in the last, I mean, you singled the 3, can't argue with that. Or you said on this ticket you've got him singled. I mean, he does seem to, like, if he runs his race, tower over the field to a degree.
Yeah, not invincible though.
No, it's a little.
I definitely couldn't. I had no option to caveman, so I had to make some leans.
Yeah, it's just a little sketch, I think, on the drop, but yeah. All right, we're getting close.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah, Eddio's great.
Yeah.
I think we've all seen him at the track if you're around, but he's one of us. I mean, he'll be down there ground floor yelling at the TVs.
Classic.
Yeah, that video when he won the Hawthorne Invitational. It's a solid route.
Oh yeah. I think it's been a while since I saw that. If we didn't know better, wouldn't you say there's some sort of delay going on because we don't have the sound on?
Yeah, no one's. Oh well, I don't know the answer to this question, and I'm not sharing to say that is what happened. But I mean, he did get thrown. Like if you remember, like when we were watching, I was like, oh, like it was startling.
That's terrible.
So that would also make sense why there'd be a delay if they're waiting on backup equipment.
Yeah.
Either that or they heard us talking about Stranger Things and didn't want us to stop.
Yeah, or either that or they wanted to scratch you out of the pick 5 after 2 legs.
I wouldn't put it past Churchill to do that to me.
But you're saying in Kentucky you get paid for 2 legs?
I think 2 I'd be all right. Although I mean it's pretty thin, so I don't. Although with that double paid,
yeah, it was pretty good. What we get on the double here? So the double was.
we're going in.
All right.
Yeah, there was nothing here to get excited about as an alternative. So I'm standing pat with the live ticket.
All right. Fair enough. All right. You should probably take the video off so we
Yeah.
don't get in trouble with anyone. Delete. But yeah, I got to remember to pull my video up so I can see.
Walter to the front. Took money late, 2-5.
Took money late.
I mean, that's 3-5 to 2-5.
It's hard to know.
That's always. But I know it. I mean, it's frustrating to back a 12-1 and get paid 15. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that change.
Yeah.
Is less than even money to 3-5, let's say. But anyway.
Yeah. Is this the old first time snow angle?
I kind of thought the 4 was all in, but maybe just needed rousing. Although, Walters, they went to the crop there. You put him away. Not yet. He should have ducked down to the rail. Although I guess he wanted to intimidate the 7 a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting close.
And it is getting close. Oh, he's beat.
Yeah. All right. Can we say that the track's closing now? Is that it? Because he walked 45 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, you got to win from there if you're 2-5.
Yeah, but it just like you're saying, he never like convincingly could get away.
Right.
And
I mean, I get the thought he didn't want it to be a total open path for the 7.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he had just stuck to the rail based on what we saw in the last 2,
maybe.
I don't know.
That was
I lose a couple from the next, but
yeah.
I mean,
so
that's one of those, like, if you told me what happened in the next 2, I might be cheering for the 7 anyway there. So
right. Who did you lose in the 8th by virtue of the 7 winning?
I lost the 9.
Yeah. All right. Sure, there's a pretty big difference in the pick 3s here, right?
Yeah, and now the pick 3 has a conso, so we won't.
Okay.
We wouldn't have noticed it as much with the will pays, but from a pick 5 perspective,
yeah. Right, you knocked out.
That's definitely
knocked off the 5 and 6. Well, I mean, but even with the pick 3 as it stands, the 5 was paying $60, and the 7's paying $200. So you're almost 4 times.
Yeah.
So that's a really great start. I guess now you just got to finish, right?
There's the rub.
Who are you alive to in the 8th?
4, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's a big group. You really just you got to beat the 9 and get through the last.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can take a double 9-3.
Right. Yeah.
Just hope, and then you get 4 or 5. Either way.
Oh yeah, there are consos.
Right. I think what you need to do is play those to my long shot 12 in the last.
Right. Yeah, 9, 10 with 12.
Yeah. We'll see.
And 9, I guess, because I won't have the 9.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was the track, but I just would have thought a horse like that at 45, almost 46 on the lead by himself could pull away. They come home when they're in 26-2, so not exactly powering home and gets run down. So I don't know. Maybe that sets it up to be a little more closing. That's what I get for betting on Wesley Ward at 2-5.
I mean, yeah, no excuse.
Yeah. No, there's a case where the late money was incorrect.
That's right.
So, all right. You want to talk future wager for a minute?
Sure. Let EJ pass through here.
Okay.
I think he's after my water. Yeah, so the future wager opened at noon. Obviously not too much to stock and to put into the live odds, and I'm not even sure what they are right now. But I will say, I mean, to me, Ted Noffey working today is like a best case scenario for those playing this bet.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, anyone, and I mean, he was 5-1 when I looked, so he's taking money. He's going to be the lowest price of the individual horses.
Right.
He hadn't worked yet as a 3-year-old. So I think if that doesn't happen this weekend, maybe he's 7-1. But since he did work, maybe he'll be 6. And I mean, that's enough to make horses who would be 50-1, 60-1, or 80-1, 90-1. So, I mean, I was never playing him. I mean, I have his fair odds at 9-1. I certainly recognize he's at this point, based on his accomplishment and all that, it's hard to not make him the most likely winner. But to me, I want people to bet him so I can get a better price than someone else.
Right.
So I love that he worked today.
What'd you think of this? You got to miss number 34, Strategic Risk in the Oaklawn race.
Yeah, I mean, eye test wise, I was excited. Like I loved what I saw watching it live. It's a little, I'm disappointed. I don't know if that's the right word, but the race didn't come back all that fast. Now, one thing I like with Mark Cassey is you get every shot, and he definitely runs his horses.
Yeah.
So, if they're able to improve as he runs them, then he's on the bubble. I think he got an 11 on the sheets. I mean, he'll definitely have to improve off that. But he passed the eye test to me. I made him 100 here, not because I mean, that's kind of a dismissive price, and he's obviously going to be lower than that. So I'm more just trying to telegraph, like, he's not for me in this pool.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely, I haven't shut the book on him. Whereas a horse like, I mean, Crown the Buckeye, yeah, he's running this weekend, but I thought he was in a spot to win the Gun Runner, and he ended up third. Like, to me, that's just the upside there is non-existent, even if he runs well this weekend. So that's kind of what I kind of try to do with the prices. Like, I'm not so arrogant that I think I really have blackout time nailed at 200-1 to win the Derby. It's more just, tiering them, compartmentalizing who's interesting, who's not. Like Napoleon Solo. I mean, I'm not excited to play him here, but I have him at 30. If for whatever reason he's really ignored, maybe I take a look at a much bigger price. But his 2 races are fast, so he's won, like, maybe not this pool, but as horses get better, he might be worth a look.
What about Number 9, you got Class President 300-1 on a Todd Pletcher.
Yeah, and Ashley Anderson, my friend at Twin Spire, she did a video for the app, and this was her play. Of the like Chief Wallaby and Iron Honor are
Mhm.
two that sort of, I think, had similar vibes and buzz as Class President. Like looking at their Ragozin sheets, it, I mean, they're not even close. Like, and you could tell which two I have the good number versus Class President based on the fair odds. Like to me, Class President just has too much ground to make up numbers wise.
Okay. And Commandment, the Brad Cox, the 10, kind of the same thing, or I mean, he's got 2 wins.
Yeah, that was one of those with him. The second start was a regression, and I don't mind. Like it's one thing to go from let's say a 10 to an 11, but it was pretty stark. So, but again, I mean, with Brad, like he can get back to a fast race and get through it eventually. But we do have, it's less than 4 months to the Derby. So, you have to be thinking about what is the path as well. Not only are they fast enough, it's can they be that fast on Derby day?
Yeah, no, for sure. And you're not a fan of Incredible, number 19?
No, I forget how anyone here who's 100-1 or higher has not run a single digit Ragozin yet.
Yeah.
So I can give you the cheat code a little bit in that regard. So I thought the San Vicente, which So Happy won. I'm a little concerned about his breeding for 1.25 miles. Same with the code, but those two have really, whether it's the Brisnet pace ratings, the Ragozin number, like they both have so far run races that are like, oh, okay. Now, whether or not it's the Pat Day Mile or the Derby for both of them, we'll see. But those are two, like, if it weren't for the breeding, they'd be a lot lower.
Oh, okay. So right. You're just saying you're saying because the breeding is not distance breeding, or just not well known.
Yeah, I mean, Run Happy, I guess maybe 1.25 miles. The code was sprinty on both sides, but yeah, they have races and their numbers are such that at this time of the year they're where you want to be to get excited from a Derby perspective, but pedigree wise kept me from. Whereas Iron Honor and Chief Wallaby, like that's just classic Derby pedigree. Now they have a lot to do. They just made winners, but like I definitely will play them if they're 50-1 or higher. I'll take a flyer on both of them.
And what about 28 Nearly, the Pletcher? Not this time. You've got it 30-1.
Yeah, let me.
That's like a Gulfstream allowance winner. He's got 2 daylight wins.
I made a note in the template I sent Candace.
Sorry, I'm like scanning the PPs and like just throwing names out there.
No, I should have loaded this. So let's see here. Nearly. Yeah, he got a 7 Ragozin last out, and that was a huge jump forward. So my thought was, okay, the 7's great, but Todd has pretty clear patterns. That was such a move forward. This horse maybe 2 more starts before the Derby, maybe only 1. Like that was really fast, and Todd will give them time. So I with him, it was like, okay, the talent is there, but he's probably going to get 1 real shot at Derby points. So that has to factor in a price you're willing to take. Like you're not they're not going in the gate as is. You got to get to the gate. And the other thing is, like, depending on what the goal is or what you need to do, like, you could be second in a final prep. Probably that's enough points to get in. But if you're second in a final prep, you're going to be maybe 18, 20 to 1 in the Derby, depending on what horses like Paladin and Ted Nafi do. So it's like, okay, is it really worth 50 to 1 now when 3.5 months from now, the trajectory looks like he might be 15 to 1 at best?
Right.
So those are things that I try to think about too.
Yeah,
Whereas like
yeah,
with Iron Honor, like, okay, yeah, he's 60 or 70 to 1 in this pool, but you know, if he makes the Derby gate, he'll be 20 at worst, maybe 10 if he just keeps winning. So there's upside there.
Yeah, because I mean, you make a good point. Like, you don't want to bet a horse at 60 to 1 that's going to go off in the Derby at 30 to 1. You haven't really gained that much.
Right.
And then the other thing sometimes people forget is you actually don't have to make money. Like, you could predict a horse that is one of the Derby favorites. So maybe you get 30 to 1, 40 to 1, 25 to 1, and it goes off at 4 or 5. Maybe come Derby day, you don't love it, but that just allows you to hit the other horse, you know, like with a sovereignty journalism type setup. So yeah, there's definitely value in having like that equity. So in the chat asking about possible Derby horses that aren't on your radar, I would imagine there's still a few because this was just the Derby future, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily looking for names, but if you have them.
I don't know that I do.
Yeah.
There is a stake tomorrow at Turfway, the Leonidas.
All right.
Which you know, it's kind of the road to the Jeff Ruby. And Brad Cox trains the 3 and 5. Full effort's 2 to 1 on the line. Valiant is 6. So from a wagering standpoint, Valiant looks probably the better bet, even though I have him slightly less likely a winner.
Mm-hmm.
But he sort of had the look. I mean, you know, Brad at Turfway, or that's really where his Derby horses are, probably not. But him or Street Beast, of the ones in the Leonidas, like, if they happen to freak and just really move forward in their 3-year-old debuts, like, I wouldn't necessarily discount either as a potential Derby horse. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else has some under the radar types, but I mean, my guess would be, as cliche as it is to sound, like, I mean, some Baffert unraced horse or maiden could be a horse we're talking about in a couple months.
Yeah, and right. I would say, like, is this the final 40? No, but yeah, it's hard to name many good ones that are not in that 39 right now. All right, so we go back to Turfway. We got 8 minutes.
Oh, super screener.
All right. Yeah. It's a good time to buy the super screener now, too. All the way to the Derby, right?
Yep. Yeah. 13 weeks of Derby prep. And then that gets us 3 weeks of the Derby. So 16 editions, $97. Power picks every day. Who says no?
Yeah, and Mike's had some really nice picks in some of these stakes lately. So just does a great job of sorting through, especially deep fields like the Lecomte and Pegasus. All right, so you need to get, well, you got a bunch here, so you just got to get one of your bunch. You got half the field, right?
4, 6, 7, 8, 10. So yeah,
right.
Half the field.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is the 3 favored? Yeah, so the favorite double is the 10-3 right now, paying about $10.
Let me see. I can use Vicky mentioned it earlier. I can use BetMix to see the percentages.
Okay.
Right now, the 3 is 26% of the the double. So
Pretty
it's
salty.
like 5-2. It's pretty flat after that, so there's no real clear second choice.
Mm-hmm.
You're 12 and my 9, which be hedging if I'm live. They're both in the 20 to 1-ish range.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not betting the 4 here at all. I wouldn't mind a shock the world situation.
Hold your boy. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some definite openness to this race.
Yeah, this was the one with the Rodriguez for days. Up in class, but turned back. Second time synth.
Oh, right.
Fourth time
Right.
career, second time recently. Not impossible.
Yeah. I mean, if the track's playing a little bit off the pace, I think you could look at this race a little differently, or for me, I guess would you say this 9 is one of the speed plays or off the pace? Because he's coming out of a 5 furlong race, so he came off it a little bit last time.
Yeah. Time form has right there with the 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Who's a
looking at.
bomb. Let me see what BetMix deals out. Loading. Yeah, they have more presser for the 9, but I don't know. I could see from the outside wanting to use a little gas to get position and not be wide.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're able to, if you're able to clear and get position, if the 2 does go a bomb and then you move inside that one, turn it for home.
I kind of thought this 5 was going to go. Showed a lot of speed in turf sprints.
Yeah, Marie
broke slowly last time. I don't know what's quite going on there, but I thought there was some possibility. I mean, it showed a lot of speed and really most of it starts except its last. So it could be like a 2, 5, and 9 going. So I'm not sure where that leaves things.
2, 5, and 9 all go. I like my spot.
With the 10, you mean?
Or anyone really at that point. It's sort of the Turfway darts. Just hope you have the one running late.
That's right.
Because I don't have 2, 5, or 9. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm 4, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Yeah, I thought the 9 was a little more interesting earlier, but obviously could still win 9-2 here. I thought the 5 was the one. I thought if there isn't that much speed, the 5 could be interesting, but with the way the track's playing, I'm not really interested in the 5 at the moment.
Yeah. They do a 4 with 9-12 double.
There you go. That should be pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm talking myself into this 4 more and more. Let's see. I haven't heard you mention supers much lately.
Yeah, I mean, I think the track's playing a lot more front or fair than it has in the past. It's not like that. I don't know if it was a deeper turfway where we got these prices coming from off the pace, and you can get all these bombs up there in the super. It just doesn't seem like that's been the case this year, and not that I've seen. So I haven't been playing the supers too much. That's kind of
Matt
my
and I's
angle.
big overlap is the 8, who definitely
Who's?
ran well last out. Matt and I both, we overlap on the 8.
Yeah, I like the 8. I mean, coming around to him a little bit more. We're getting close.
Yeah, I'd say 7, 4, 7, and 8. Price wise, catching my eye.
Okay.
And I personally didn't love the 6, but my buddy John, like I had as a low B, but a friend of mine looked. He had the 6 as his top pick, so it's
I like
ended
the
up
6 in here. I
winded
just
up
thought
here.
I thought it was the 9 and 10 were just a shade of better than the rest, but at the same time they.
Yeah, I mean the 9 for me is one of those like scary because I think his best is certainly only the 10 can run with that. But
all right, you should probably take the video down. Yeah, good luck, everybody.
5 to the front, company from the 6.
Are you going to call a race for us now?
Yeah. Just talking through it since I'm watching the ones I have to get live.
Yeah, like big price.
I mean, if the track were playing outside, I'd love my spot on the 10, but that's been the black hole tonight.
Black hole, you say? All right. So who's coming? The 9 to follow? And 7 swinging in there. They're like all having problems staying straight.
Bummer.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that one. That makes me more sorry about the last race because I had that pretty good into the 9.
Consos.
Yeah. Of course, you're single to the one conso.
Yeah, but
you would get a 5 consoles.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, good ride. Just sat right off and kicked on.
That's too bad. Seems like it's been a difficult night though to try to figure out what's going on with these rides.
4 got 4th.
There's a super play. 17-1. You know my theory on the consos, right? Like we've gone back and forth. You're saying you don't like the 4 or 5. I do think like when you have the fields as deep as they do at Turfway, you really want to have 4 or 5 because I think these things pay way too much to have to get nothing. But somebody said they had this in Hong Kong. I'd love to see like if you have 4 winners and then a second, right? Like in this case, you have the 10. So instead of if you can hit the next race, instead of having 5 consos, which pay a lot less, because really there's people that, what I'm saying? There's like 40 ways people can miss. Just make the winning consos 4 wins and a second. So there's actually only 5 conso tickets.
Right.
So you could actually probably spend less pool money on it and get a better payoff, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Hong Kong, I think it's the payoff leg specifically too.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be perfect, but then if you're second in the payoff leg, you get the conso, which that's
cool. Yeah. I mean, it's cool from an excitement standpoint.
The only thing worse, Matt, will be if the 3 wins the last, which I mean, I guess then you have the consos, so that's something. But
yeah, Matt. Yeah, same 5 deep and whiffing is tough. I find like so many times about you, like it's when I go 5 deep, that's when I miss because it's like I'm unsure about the race and those get tough. So you were second, third, and fourth there.
Yeah, maybe 5th for all I know.
Yeah, it sucks.
But I mean, the winner was
right.
The winner. Like it's hard to. I mean, it was right about a few that ran well, but
that was 2 in a row for Alex Shard, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here.
And he's like a rider that I feel like he's more patient and a lot of times maybe too patient. Mm-hmm. But like the way the track's playing, it's probably a good riding style. Because he probably could have taken that horse a little bit closer to the lead than he did.
Right. Well, and he didn't, I mean, to your point about patient, he didn't go wider than he needed. Like he waited behind the chalk and then.
Yeah.
So we got double pick 3 and pick 6 will pays, but not the pick 5 yet.
Oh, I got him up. What do you need? The 3 is $4,000. Oh, pick 5. Sorry, pick 6. Is it? What do you need?
No, I didn't see the pick 5.
4,000 on the 3. The 6 is 9,000. Everything else is 10,000 or higher.
Well.
Yeah.
Guess I'll play a 9-12 exacta. Although the 12 6-1.
Oops.
We move the pool. Only 10-1 and the 9's 8-1. Pick 3.
Wow.
dang. But like you said, the pick 5 blows up. I mean, that's why you try to get live to those.
Yeah, now I'm mad about that scratch too, because I singled that 5 that lost in the 7th, but I was kind of sitting there intending to put a little something on the 7, and then once that other speed horse scratched, I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna sell this thing. So yeah. Well, all right. Hopefully, people are alive to some things here.
Something.
Matt says he's back to even. I mean, Turfway is so tough. You got to get the handicapping right. You got to get a little lucky on the ride sometimes, and then you got to get the wagering right.
Yeah, the structure.
And you got to spend a lot of time doing it too. So,
maybe deep down the losing bets were the friends we made along the way.
Something like that. When does Oakland start back? Next week?
I believe the week after Pegasus.
Okay.
The Southwest Stakes.
Got
the
it.
third of 13 consecutive weeks of
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Kentucky Derby preps.
13 weeks of Derby preps coming right up. Excuse me. Well, anything else for tomorrow you want to talk about?
So the prep for the 2 races we sponsor, the Bradley.
Yeah.
Kapuna's the morning line favorite, but neither HRN nor yours truly thinks that's going to happen. I have to think Laganos is going to be favored. Now that doesn't mean he's value. He might even be lower than 3-1, but I do think he's the horse to beat. But Theismann and Point Proven. Now Theismann has some early speed, and we know I'd rather be blessed. Loves to gun it as well. But I'd rather be blessed. Definitely has a habit of not stringing them back to back. So to me, that kind of makes Theismann interesting. If I'd rather be blessed, spits it early. He's definitely the beneficiary. Ben Curtis is an underrated jock. Just the numbers, whether it's impact or ROI, that the guy just doesn't get bet like he should. And then Point Proven, jockey change to Colby, which I see as a benefit at Fairgrounds. Just the journeyman knows how to have him in the right spot, and he's a deep closer. So, I mean, it's not going to be a lot of tactics early. Just need to find a path late. I like Point Proven last out, and it just wasn't, the way I'd rather be blessed ran. It just never was running him down. But to me, it's one of those like, okay, I like Theismann, but maybe he gets softened up if I'd rather be blessed runs well, like both of them. And in that case, it sets up for Point Proven. And if it doesn't set up for Point Proven, then maybe it's because Theismann was able to take advantage of being the only front runner that fires. So I'm going to use them both. I definitely think they'll be no less than 5th choice.
Yeah, I remember that race. I think I was on Point Proven as well. And it was like I'd rather be blessed jumped out and nobody went, right? And
which we've seen that movie before, so I guess can't be too surprised by this point. But I definitely have noticed, like looking at his even though like he had the shocker last year, gate to wire.
The 86 to
Yeah.
1.
But
Yeah.
he's had a couple rate like, okay, clearly, like, he ran well, wasn't good enough to win, and then he regressed. So just kind of the yo-yo pattern makes him tough to love here. I probably could have went higher than 10 to 1 on him, but
Yeah.
Shoddy likes Reagan's Wit. Definitely gave a big look to that one in Super Screener. I disagree. I mean, and Cherie is a master. Like, she gets him ready off the layoff. She can keep him in form. Like, they can run a big race and she can come back with them. So I'm always nervous, like being bearish on a horse that she's leading over. But it's like, I mean, the reputation at 3, like these are more serious horses than Reagan's Wit has faced. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to let that one beat me off the layoff and facing older for the first time.
What about Laganos? Like, he was kind of trying punches with some, in some big races, and then remember at Kentucky Downs, he wins at 3-2 and dominates the field out of nowhere.
No, I think he's the horse to beat here. But horse to beat, that's different than worth a bet. I mean, he's 7-2 on the morning line. So if they're right and HRN is wrong, then he's worth a play at 3-1. But I definitely see him at no more than 5-2. So it's just one of those, like, even if he's an underlay in the win pool, to me, I'll be looking to see what the exacta will pays are with Theismann and Point Proven. So I think he's reliable to key with some prices, but if there were a head-to-head with Capuna based on their morning line, I mean, let's say they were both -110, like, just pick them. I would. That'd be a spot where I'd be like, what's the max on Laganos? I just think he's definitely better. So we'll see though. I mean, that's one of those, again, like, I'm not saying Capuna can't win. I mean, 7-1 fair odds means 12.5% of the time I think he wins this race. But if he's 4-1, that's just a terrible bet.
Right. Can we talk about my Turfway bomb being 9-2 right now?
Victim of our own success, Mark.
I don't think I don't know that it's from the webcast. On my screen, he shows, okay, now he shows 5. Yeah. He's going, maybe there's not much in the pool. He's bounced between 5 and 6 mostly.
No, I mean, still both. Now he's 9-2, but I mean, even the 9 at 8-1, like, I don't know.
Yeah, so the win pool looks like about 15,000 ish. So, like, that's a pretty, I mean, you take that as a good sign? I mean, nowadays with the early money, it's so hard to know.
No, I mean, I would say at this point, like, I mean, there's 2 schools of thought. Is it, call money? Are they, seeding certain horses early? Even if that's the case, and he's going to drift to 10, like, I see it as a positive. Like, okay, that this is a horse they're looking to cover. Or if it is, early money, barn money, smart money, whatever, that's its own positive too. I mean, the negative here is, like, if you're live to the 12 and something, God forbid the pick 5 for whatever it was, then, I mean, you love seeing this. But if you were targeting this race and like, oh, I'm excited to bet this 12 to win, and you see 5-1, I'd be a little deflated.
Yeah. No, I bet him in the double. So the double's 60. 61 with a what did we have that last winner at? A $10 horse. So yeah, 5-1. No, that's a $2 payoff. So 10-1. Is that right? Or 9?
It's paying 60.
$5.60. 11-1.
11, yeah.
Yeah. So But yeah, but I was gonna probably put him in second under the 3, under a couple horses, and that's gonna impact the exacta. I think being 9-2. I mean, your 9's a big closer. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, again,
do you think the
I wish
track's
it wasn't
closing?
8-1.
Do you think the track's closing? I know I've been saying that it might be. I mean, it's just
It definitely doesn't seem like you want to be cutting the fractions. I don't know
Right.
about closing, but
right.
seeing
Now
what
the 4 getting 4th last race, so it's getting me thinking about a super a little bit more. From a late pace standpoint, the best closers are the 3, 9, 11, 12. Like I could certainly see those making up 2/3 of the trifecta. Did you see the comments?
oh no.
What are the fair odds on full effort tomorrow
Oh,
in the Leonidas?
I'm glad you asked.
Leonidas?
I'm on a likely fade of full effort. 2-1 morning line. Just kind of one of those. I think as good as the stablemate, who's Valiant, who I have at 9-2. Street Beast, I definitely see as the most likely winner, but he's 8-5 on the morning line. So unless they, maybe they end up betting Cox, Reb 5 is a Cassie. Maybe he takes a little more money than I think. That could help Street Beast drift, but I think Valiant's going to end up being my play based on the morning line and fair odds.
Okay.
But I mean, Reb 5 career debut was the stakes against Sci-Fair and Casson. Sci-Fair, of course, won the Breeders' Cup, and Kassan is another Cassie who was already a stakes winner. So that to me speaks pretty highly of what they thought of this horse to debut against another stakes winner from the same barn, no less. I'm not sure we knew Sci-Fair was Sci-Fair at that point, but nevertheless, so definitely one to watch. He's by Vacoma though, so I mean, a mile, 2 turns probably isn't a total non-starter, but after this, I don't know how much further that one will want.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer the question,
What about Jutland? I mean,
4-1 on full effort fair odds probably means he's not going to be worth a bet for me.
Yeah. Anything on Jutland? I know he's been bouncing around turf sprints and different things, and
yeah, I mean, I have a 23-1, so probably not one that's going to end up being a play at all. Are you asking because you're a fan?
I've like looked at that. I've played that horse before, but I know they're trying to figure that horse out. And we did on the side. Carolyn did a barn tour with Kelsey Danner, and I think she mentioned that horse. But 2 of the horses she mentioned in her barn tour were 2 of the winners last night. So
no, she's
it's definitely a barn.
She's a bettor's best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Adam's ridden really well for her. I mean, there's definitely things to like. But that Turfway race last time, which was behind Valiant, came back a little slower for Jutland than it did for Valiant. Jutland was somewhat wide too, so just seems like to me needs to improve a little more than some others would need to here.
Yeah. What do we got in the super high five here? Small carryover.
Oh, is there? That's not nothing then.
I think there might be like a little $3,000 deal or something.
Man, they're like I said, if you were in a spot where you're live to like a horse like 9 or 12, you love to see this money, but definitely takes the starch out of trying to make something happen here.
Yeah. Indeed. Kind of feel like, well, if the speed goes, I don't know. It seems like the speed's cheap, so I mean, if the 3 runs his race, I mean, he could blow by everybody, which is not going to help the speed either.
Right.
So I'm probably going to play a 312 exacta, and then we're going to mess around in the trifecta with the 3-9-12, throw in the 6 and 11, maybe try to get the 11 in third or fourth in the super. The 11's got a couple nice closes on the turf at Indiana, and I don't know what happened last time at Churchill, but like had a bunch of problems and has a good workout. And
Ooh.
I don't know. We'll give it a shot.
Oh, Picky likes the 8.
Definitely. Yeah.
I get it.
We've got the 12 in the double, so I definitely wouldn't mind the 12 winning, but
Is the 12 all you have?
Yeah. A couple dollars on I think the 3 and the 6, but mostly the 12.
Picky, yeah, he's throwing out the 11.
Yeah. All right. There you go. 11 on top. Yeah. I mean, I want to play like the 9 in the super, like as a key, but he just, it's too low, like you said. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, 9's third choice in the exacta. $12 second choice right now.
Wow.
That's some story on that
Yeah,
one.
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. Like that kind of goes with what I was seeing as some signal. So, wow, yeah. You were talking about the 312 exacta, or what are you talking about?
No, the 12's the second choice in the win pool.
Oh, okay, the win pool, yeah. I gotta remember that our video's on a delay, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're looks like either loading or a few are loaded. Look, another shout for the 11.
Yeah, I think the 11's worth a play in the kind of the try, and maybe the super. All right, we're probably just about off, aren't we?
Almost. Couple more to load.
You gonna get the video?
And I guess I'm somewhat cheering for the 3 for some consos.
Yeah. You earned it. It was a good sweat.
Yeah.
For a while. All right, are we off yet? I'm trying to pull up the video. Almost. Well, good luck everybody in the last, and
The lucky
time
last.
to turn around your life. A lot of comments. What's
The
that?
lucky last.
The lucky last. Well, we'll find out, right? I forgot to look who my jock on the 12 is. Gonzalez. Well, at this point, I think we're both rooting for some pace here, just to kind of open this up a little bit. 12's in 6th, your 3 is in 7th on the rail. And 1-5 at prices, so 4 looks okay. 6 looks okay.
What were the win pool moves late?
The 12 is up to 7.
9's 11. 4 went down to 5. 3 was 7 to 5. I guess that was the big one. He's languishing in last.
Oh, that's not good. All right, can I get by this 1 and hold the 4 off?
Well, I'm almost glad I wasn't live to the 3. That would have been a pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah. Oh, here's your 9. Come on, 9. And the 12 got swallowed by the 4 somehow. Well, the 4 rated, so I feel like that was a nice ride on the 4. Kind of would have to watch it again, but he was up close and then he kind of backed off a little bit as to not get swallowed up and move too soon. But yeah, that would have been pretty rough being alive to.
It would have been, totally anticlimactic.
A 7 to 5 doing nothing.
6 to 5.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Yeah, the late money was right on that one.
On the late money, not on the 3 though.
Well, the 4 was the other one.
Yeah, I'm teasing. Well, the 1 held on at 55 to 1, so maybe that wasn't that closing. That that 12 made a huge middle move, and then nothing.
Yeah, I thought about monkeying around with keying the 3 with the 9, so that would have been another bummer. Have the 9 run well enough to sneak in there and.
Yeah. And then also this was a route after 3 sprints, so who knows, maybe
Right.
playing a little differently. All right, well, I guess we should wrap up, but
yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us.
Fun to drown my sorrows with other horse players that know.
You can drown your sorrows in Leonatus and the
Lecomte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty
opportunity to get it back.
Fun stuff.